Hey, what's going on everybody? George the Philly guy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. If you are a subscriber of my channel and you do follow my videos, several months back, I believe it was back in March, I had made a video about the Valet Car Wash. Now during the making of this video, I had stated that I had stitches in my mouth and that I would explain in a future video. So today is that day. So we are going to explain why I had the stitches. It's pretty obvious. I had a dental procedure done and I am here to talk about it. Mainly, I had the dental implant surgery. So I'm going to talk to you about what was involved in it, the procedure, mainly the cost. A lot of people have been asking me, George, what'd you go through? How was it? What did it cost you? Was it expensive? Hopefully I can answer all of those questions for you in this video. I'm not trying to bore you with a bunch of the details, but I do want to start from the beginning and why I made the decision on getting implants. So the doctor that I was dealing with, every 6 months I would go and do my cleanings, my annual visit. So I did the cleaning. 6 months later, I got a card in the mail, you know, you're due for another cleaning. Okay. So I went back again for another cleaning. And this is when I noticed that the doctor that I've been seeing started to get a little sloppy. What I mean by getting sloppy, normally when you go for a cleaning, it's, you know, whatever, it takes half hour or so, you're in and out. But I found myself during the cleaning jumping out of my seat like about 3-4 times. After the procedure was done, I got home, I noticed my teeth became very sensitive, my mouth was hurting for like 2 weeks. And I also noticed that one of my front teeth had become loose. So, during the course of time, that tooth became more loose. It became loose to the point where it was actually a nice little wiggle going on there. So now I have to make a decision on what do I want to do with this tooth. I could have it extracted. I could put an implant in there with a crown and call it a day. Now, if you look at the big picture, what's eventually going to happen, the neighboring teeth will start shifting and becoming loose as well. So after doing my homework, I've watched videos on it. I came to the conclusion that the space in the front here is not enough room in here to sink 4 implants. So I made the decision on going to a periodontist, and my first initial visit, he told me the same thing what I just told you, that there is not enough bone in there to support 4 implants. So what we both decided on was 2 implants, 1 on each side, get a bridge, and that's the route we went with. So my first visit to the periodontist, it was routine. They gave me an oral evaluation. They gave me a complete x-rays of my mouth, periodontal charting, and of course the oral hygiene instructions. That was my first visit. Now, during that visit, they told me in order to move forward, to get the implants done, I would have to get deep cleaning done. Deep cleaning is where they clean your mouth and they scrape below the gum lines down into your pockets. And after they do so, they will irrigate them. So this is where the initial process started. So I had 4 visits, 4 sessions, 4 quadrants, upper right, upper left, bottom, and bottom. 4 quadrants, 4 sessions. Now, we got the deep cleaning done. Now I had to go for a consultation to another office, which I kind of butted heads with the doctor there, where she actually threatened to not do the procedure if I didn't get more deep cleaning done. Now, I had the deep cleaning done prior to this visit, and my dental hygienist told me I am good to go. Everything looks fantastic in my mouth. We're good for surgery. She's telling me I need to get more done. I didn't buy it. I did get a 3D scan of my whole mouth, and pretty much I talked to the person that does the pricing and the financing. So I sat down with him, and pretty much that was that. Now, after that visit, I'm going to say the next week, I just had to go see my dental hygienist one more time. She wanted to clean everything up. Following week after that is when the surgery started. So the surgery involved what was supposed to happen 4 extractions. They were going to sink the implants, do the bone graft, stitch me up, come back in 3 months. Didn't work out that way. I got 4 extractions done. After they started to drill into the jawbone to sink the implants, I don't know if it was because of the live nerves from the extractions, but I was jumping out of my seat like every time he drilled deeper into my jawbone. So he numbed me several more times. All said and done, the implants did not get drilled into my jawbone on this visit. They did the bone graft, they stitched me up in 3 months after I went to do the implant one more time. Let's just say there was not enough Novocaine on this planet to numb me. They said that they went through 8 vials of Novocaine and they couldn't understand why I was not getting numb. I can't explain it either. I do know that it was opened, and perfect example. Grab a Hershey Kiss. When you peel the aluminum foil off, and you miss that little piece of foil, and you just go ahead and chuck that in your mouth, you start eating it, and that foil hits one of your fillings in the back, and wow, wakes you up. That's what kind of felt like in the front here when they started to drill into my jawbone to sink the implants. So, moving on to the story, 3 months later, I went back. He gave me a medication, so I did take a pill before I left the house, and I did have someone drive me to my visit on that day, and made sure I got a ride home as well. Also, I opted for the gas. So I took the pill. The pill wasn't really doing anything. I started to feel a little bit tired when I was in a chair, but he numbed me all up, and he started doing what he started to do. And after he drilled the first hole for the implant, he asked me, after the gas was turned on, he asked me, "So how you feeling? You feeling good? Are you seeing butterflies yet? You starting to see stars?" I said, "No, do you have it on?" And he says, "You're kidding me. You're not feeling the effect of the gas?" And no, I was not. Nevertheless, he had me numb to the point where I wasn't feeling anything this time around, thank God. But the implants did get sunk. He stitched me up. And now, 3 months down the road, after the implants were done, I had to go and get 2nd stage surgery. That's where they had to open me back up, put caps in, stitch me back up so the gum could heal around the 2 caps that were in the front here. Now, that took 3 weeks. I went back, they did impressions. They did the impressions, and that was for the bridge. So the 3 weeks went by. After the bridge was done, I went back in 3 weeks prior, 3 weeks after rather, and they put the bridge in. And that's what I have now. I started this procedure, I went for the initial visits back in November, like a year ago, but I actually started everything back in January with the cleaning. And like I said, it took almost a year for everything, for all this to go down. So we're gonna move on here. I do have the treatment plan. So I'm gonna run down some of the prices here. We're gonna start from day one. Day one, my first visit was $129.72. That's where they did a complete x-ray of my mouth and the chart and the instructions I was gonna be getting. Now the deep cleaning started. 4 quads, 4 sessions, deep cleaning. Both uppers, 115/48 times 2, plus 60/45 for the irrigation. The bottom rack, 2 sessions, 2 quads. Deep cleaning, 130/22 times 2. Irrigation, 62/45 times 2. Then I told you I had to go and get the consultation visit where they tried talking me into getting more deep cleaning. That visit was cost me $150 for the 3D scan of my mouth. Also $378.55 for a partial that they had made for me until all this work was done. So I wasn't walking around with no teeth. Okay, now we're gonna go to the treatment plan. 4 extractions, $148 a piece. So 148 times 4. Bone graft, normally $300, but when I went for the consultation, they quoted me a price of $212. So I had to get 2 bone grafts, $212 times 2. Now the surgical implant surgery. The surgical implants, $1,431.98 times 2. Implants are not cheap. Okay, the surgery for both of them, $106 times 2. Now we go for the custom fabricated embutments. The embutments are that little, looks maybe a little bit bigger than a BB that screws on top of the implant where the bridge snaps into. $477.45 times 2. Okay. The embutment retainer, $672.65 times 2. Now for the porcelain bridge, that was $556.50. Okay. So now we're going to combine everything and give you a grand total of everything. So total of the deep cleaning, $737.20. For the 3D scan on my first visit, on that initial visit that I had to do, $150. A partial, $378.55. The total of my implant surgery with everything that I just stated from the treatment plan, the grand total for that was $6,233.94. Grand total from my treatment plan, my deep cleaning, the 3D scan, the partial, came to $1,265.75 plus the $6,233.94 from the treatment plan. A grand total of everything out of pocket, $7,431.94. $499.69 is what I had to pay out of pocket to get 2 implants and a porcelain bridge. FYI, insurance companies do not pick up implants. I don't have that good of a insurance company for my dental. I do have, it's called United Concordia. I pay the top of the line for this, for the plan that I have, for the best coverage rather, and they don't cover much. I think the only thing that was covered here was they paid a portion of my extractions. Other than that, not much more was covered. And the x-rays were covered. But other than that, just so you know, if you're getting dental implants or thinking about getting dental implants, it is costly. It's pricey. It will cost you some money. I was watching a video where a guy had uppers and lowers, both racks done. $35,900 and some odd dollars. You could buy yourself a new truck for that, but they are pricey, and a lot of insurance companies do not cover this. So again, I hope that this video and this information was helpful to you. If you have any questions for me, down below in the comments, please. Any questions you may have, I will get back to you and answer any questions you may have regarding this procedure and what was involved and whatever you need to know. So again, I do hope this was helpful. Again, questions down below. If you found this video helpful, give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please hit the subscribe button. Take it a step further. Ring that notification bell. This will notify you of all uploads and shenanigans that I post on my channel. So, once again, I thank you guys, as always, for hanging out and watching. I am George the Philly Guy. I'll see you in the next video.